73-41, OCU defeats Panhandle State here with Coach Stan Holt. Coach, your thoughts on the game today?
I thought our effort for the majority of the game was good. I thought we had some lulls in certain spots, but overall, I thought our players executed our game plan, and really, really proud to hold the team to 41. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment for us. And this team's going to need to be great defensively if we're going to win games.
Held them to 5 of 31, 16% shooting in the first half. What did you guys work on? What did you come into this game with a defensive plan for this team?
We thought that we needed to really do a good job of keeping them out of the paint. We thought they had some really good forwards who could score in the paint. And we thought that their guards were more talented for the most part driving it and getting into the lane. And so we really wanted to do a good job of keeping the ball out of the paint. It looks like, they scored 20 in the paint off the stat sheet. I think that's not a terrible number. I thought they got on the glass too much. They out-rebounded us by 4. They had 13 offensive rebounds. That's much too high of a number for us, and that's continues to be something that we emphasize but still haven't been able to completely solve. And I think we won't be our best until we solve that.
I know assists is a big number for you, 15 assists today. What's the goal for your team going into a given game?
Yeah, depending on the game and the pace of play, but we at a minimum like 15. I think earlier this year we had 23 in a game, and everybody got an assist in that one, and I was really proud of our team. That's a heck of a job when every single person on your team that plays gets an assist. I think that's a remarkable stat, and I was extremely proud of that. I just love ball movement, and I just think that the game is so much more fun to play when the ball's moving. So
what they do defensively, they switch it up quite a bit, and they'll press you up quite a bit as well. What do you do to prepare for that kind of pressure and the fact that they kind of wholesale substitute and just run a fresh 5 at you every 4 or 5 minutes?
Yeah, they definitely trapped us. They were running a 1-3-1 extended, and then they ran it in the half court, and then there was a different zone, and then they were run and jump a little bit, and we handled that okay. And then when they ran the 1-3-1, I didn't think we handled it great. We turned it over 17 times. That's too much for us. We like to be in the neighborhood of 10 to 12 if possible. So 5 too many turnovers for us. Got to do a better job when we see them again of preparing for that extended 1-3-1. I didn't think, we saw a 1-2-1-1 on film, and we saw a run and jump, a man where they kind of, and those two things didn't hurt us. But the 1-3-1 did. And so we got to do a better job of preparing our players for that and then taking care of the ball so that we don't have 17 turnovers.
Good to see a game like this for P.J. Grooms. He's had a tough time getting things started, but got the start today in place of Eric and went 3 of 8 from 3, scored 11 points. I thought he performed well today.
Yeah, and he's been averaging under 1 rebound a game. And, for a guard his size, I just don't think that's good enough. And he knows that. And so tonight to come down with 6 rebounds is important. But, yeah, he got going a little bit from the perimeter, and we have confidence that PJ can make shots from 3. He's had a slow start to the season from the perimeter. He's like in the high 20s. That certainly helped, and I think it'll continue to go in his favor as we continue to play. He's getting more and more comfortable taking the shots we want him to take and just being on balance and then shooting the ball with confidence. So we as a coaching staff and his teammates know that he can make shots. We have complete confidence in him.
And another well-rounded game for Rashawn Coleman today. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals for Sean today.
Yeah, Sean is just he's a really, really good guard. 4 steals is impressive. I still think his turnover number is too high. He had 4.
Yep.
A guy, as many minutes as he plays and as much as he has the ball in his hands, 2 is about the right number for him. Obviously, if he has 0, that's what we want. But up to 2 is probably the number. So the turnover is a little bit high, but everything else was great. I think he can guard a little bit better. I'm going to be tough on him in this interview. I think he can. I think he's capable, and we're going to need that from him on Saturday for sure.
A little bit of attrition as well. You have your depth cut just a little bit. Kind of update us on where everybody is as far as healing up from injuries, getting back from illnesses, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Eric Watry is kind of a day-to-day guy, and we'll see what we can get out of him moving forward. Trey Bryant's still out, and we hope to get him back really soon. Darion's been nursing something. I think he's better now. Looked like AD, had something happen during this game.
Yeah.
But they told me he was good enough to go back and play, so we brought him back. Same thing with AJ. You saw him go down. I mean, so banged up, but, there's a lot of teams that probably are banged up right now, and it's not about making excuses. It's about playing through some stuff, and then when you can't play through, then the next guy's got to step up and just play as hard as he can and give what he can to the team.
Wayland Baptist coming in on Saturday. Excellent team, and they have one of the best players in the country with J.J. Culver coming in on Saturday. What have you seen from them so far, and what do your next couple of days look like preparing for them?
I'm familiar with them from last year.
Yeah.
They don't have everybody from last year because they had some seniors who are gone, and they've got some new players. J.J. Culver is a great player, right?
Leading the nation in scoring right now. Yeah.
Yeah, leading the nation, like 35. Now, I don't know what they did tonight, but I think going into tonight, 35 a game. He can drive it, shoot it. I mean, he does so many things well, and every team is focused on him. And he was a high double-digit scorer from last year. And so you think coming into every game from the start of this season, every team is focused and talking about him. And so what does that lead to? He just it almost doubles his average. So everybody is preparing for him. It's one thing to prepare. It's another thing to go execute.
Yeah.
We're definitely focused on him like anyone else would be. We've got to do some things to make sure he doesn't get loose because they are certainly relying on his scoring quite a bit. They're a great team. They're really well coached. We have to be prepared to go execute a great game plan, and that's what we aim to do Saturday.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. 73-41. The final score, OCU gets a win over Panhandle. Wayland on Saturday, 2-4 start times for the women's and the men's game. We'll talk to you then, OCUsports.com.